Hello, this is Mary from Mary's Home Sweet Home Creations, and I'm here to teach you the second lesson of the parenting class. And we talked about the different types of parenting in the first video and a little bit of an introduction on what type of parent you might be or what type of parent your parents might have been. Once you listen to that video, you probably thought of people that fit in each one of those categories. As parents, we don't always parent in that one category. Sometimes we can go back and forth between two. Sometimes when we're not being completely calm or in control, we can fall into one or the other. But being aware of the different types of parenting helps us to do better and maybe grab for some skills that we've learned when we're feeling that we are not in the parenting style that we really would like to be in. No parents are perfect, so that's why we all come together for these classes and help each other out and learn new ways to do things. So today I'm going to read you, this is a little toddler property laws, it's called. And this is something that most of you probably already know if you have children that are in that age group. If you've had any toddlers, you will know that that this is probably pretty accurate. So, if I like it, it's mine. If it's in my hand, it's mine. If I can take it from you, it's mine. If I had it a little while ago, it's mine. If it's mine, it must never appear to be yours in any way. If I'm doing or building something, all the pieces are mine. If it looks like mine, it's mine. So that just kind of gives you an idea that is pretty normal for a toddler and the age group for a toddler would be usually like from 1.5. They're still kind of a baby at 1. So at 1.5 to about 3.5. So anywhere in there, you're going to see that behavior, that this is mine, 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 mine. So this is when parents need to step in and use those skills that you're going to be learning. Maybe you already know some of them. But there's also something else that parents need to do. Because in order to use those skills, you have to realize that they are the child and they are learning and you are the parent. And parenting is your job because you gave birth to these children or brought them into the world, or you may have even adopted these children, or they're your foster children, whatever, or your grandchildren you're raising. Whatever the circumstance, you've chosen to have these children in your life. And so in order for them to grow up healthy, we all have to accept the fact that we are there to help them and teach them and love them. And as parents, that's the first step in being able and wanting to learn new ways to parent. Okay, so you have a toddler that is being defiant and saying everything is mine, mine, mine. So as the parent, this is the role that you need to look at and try to achieve. This is called the attitude. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude, I'm going to put it up here so I can see better. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than the past, than education, than money, than circumstances, than failures, than success, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skills. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And so is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. So this was written by Charles Swindoll, and that just shows some idea of the difference in the parent and the child. The child is learning, so they don't know all of the things that you know, and they're going to be learning them from you. And as the parent and the adult, how we approach them starts with our attitude. Are we happy to be a parent? Are we feeling good about our parenting? Do we love our children? Do we care about them? Do we know what our role is, what our job is as a parent? So all of these things come into play in our attitude. And when you're first starting and you're realizing maybe that you need some different skills, you might have to look at some of these things first. Like, where did you come from in your parenting experiences? What were your parents like? What were the parents like around you? What about the parents of your friends? Did you have a place that you liked to go best because of the parents that were in that home? Did you see a good example somewhere of the kind of parent you want to be? Or did you see a lot of examples of parents you don't want to be and you want to learn a different way? So in parenting classes, we do different things. In the beginning, we look a little bit at ourselves and some of the things that are in place for us just from our history, our families, and the things that go on in our lives. So we're going to be exploring some of that and then learning what we liked and what we don't like about it and how we can grow and become the kind of parent that we want to be. Okay? So there is one other thing I wanted you to do. So first of all, I need you to take out have a binder or a notebook to write on, and the first thing I want you to do is think about those 4 different types of parents from the first video that we talked about, and write down what kind of parent you think you are. It could be more than one. You might fluctuate between a couple of them. Write down what kind of parent you think your mother was and what kind of parent you think your father was. Okay? And if you need to go back and watch that video again, just so you have an idea what each one of those are, you can do that. And this is the second assignment, because that would be your first one from the first video, and this one is the second one. This is called the skill strips. Now, this I'm giving to you just to get some idea if what it is you know about ages and stages of children, and so that you can also learn from this what that is. Okay, I have this glare thing going on in my glasses, but okay, so on your piece of paper I want you to make 5 columns. Okay, 5 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And in the first column, I want you to write at the top of the column 0 to 12 months. Okay, 0 to 12 months. The second column, we're going to write 12 to 24 months. Okay. And the third column, we're going to write 24 to 36 months. Okay, 24 to 36 months. And the fourth column is going to read 36 to 48 months. 36 to 48 months. And the fifth column is going to read 48 to 60 months. Okay, 48 to 60 months. So in the first column, 0 to 12 months, that is going to be the A column. Okay. The second column, 12 to 24 months, is going to be the B column. And the third column, 24 to 36 months, it's going to be a C column. C. And the fourth column is going to be 36 to 48 months, is D column. And the fifth column is going to be 48 to 60 months, and that is an E column. Okay. So once you have that all written down and you have all 5 of your columns, okay, now you know the first one's A, the second is B, and the third one is C, and the fourth one is D, and the fifth one is E. So that is how you're going to answer these questions, okay? The first, we're talking about your behavior. Okay, not your behavior, your child's behavior. And we're trying to find out what you know about child development in these age groups. Okay, so you are going to write the A's, B's, C, D, E all the way down the column. Okay. Only if it is the answer you want. Okay, so on the first one, we're going to ask you, take a few steps without support. Okay, what age group would that take place? Take a few steps without support. And then you're going to write A, B, C, D, or E. Which one of those columns, okay, and you're going to put that letter on that answer. Okay, so takes a few steps without support. How old is that child? Column A, B, C, D, or E. And I need you to just write the letters, okay? So if you think it's the first column, you're going to put A in that first column. If you think it's B, you're going to put a B in the second column. And if you think it's the C, it's the third column. Okay, and you're going to write a C. And on the fourth column, you're going to, if you think that's the right answer, you're going to put a D. And the fifth column, if you think that is the right answer, you will put an E. Okay? All right, so the second question is, repeats the same syllable 2 to 3 times. What age group is that? Column A, B, C, D, or E. Repeats the same syllable 2 to 3 times. Okay, like da, da, da. What age group would that be? Okay, the third one is builds tower of 3 blocks. Is that going to be A, B, C, D, or E column? Which age group can build tower of 3 blocks? Okay, and the fourth question is, says 5 different words. They can say 5 different words. Is that going to be A, B, C, D, or E? What age group would that child be in if they could say 5 different words? Like, Mommy, come here, please, now. Okay, that's 5 words. Okay, the next one is point to 3 body parts on themselves. So they can point to 3 body parts on themselves. Is that going to be column A, B, C, D, or E? Which age group would be able to do that? Nose, eyes, lips. 3 body parts. Okay, the next one. Uses pincer grasp to pick up object. This is your pincer grasp. They pick things up with their pincer grasp. An object. A, is that going to be column A, B, C, D, or E? Uses pincer grasp to pick up an object. What age group will that be? Okay, the next one is imitates peekaboo. Is that going to be column A, B, C, D, or E? What age group can they play peekaboo, imitate peekaboo? When you say peekaboo and they say peekaboo, they imitate you. Which age group would that be? Okay, the next one is pull off socks. What age would a child be able to pull off their socks? Would that be column A, B, C, D, or E? Which age group would that be that they can pull off socks? Okay, now this isn't just falling off their feet, it's actually pulling them off. Okay, the next one. Holds and drinks from a cup using 2 hands. 2 hands to lift the cup. Would that be A, B, C, D, or E column? What age group could hold and drink from a cup using 2 hands? Okay, the next one would be follows rules by imitating actions of other children. So they can follow rules by imitating actions of other children. Would that be column A, B, C, D, or E? So if mommy said, go stand by the door, and they imitated their brother and followed them and stood by the door, what age group would be able to do that? A, B, C, D, or E? Okay, the next one is snaps or hooks clothing. Would that be age group A, B, C, D, or E? Which age group could snap or hook their clothing? Okay, the next one is pedals. Pedals tricycle 5 feet. They can pedal their tricycle 5 feet. That's 5 feet is probably just a little bit shorter than me. So if you think about how tall you are, you can figure out what 5 feet is. And it's a tricycle. Okay. Would that be age group A, B, C, D, or E? Which age group could pedal their tricycle 5 feet? Okay, the next one is attempts to help parents. Help parent with tasks by doing part of a chore, like holding a dustpan. What age group child could do that? Column A, B, C, D, or E? Attempts to help parent with tasks by doing part of a chore, like holding a dustpan. Okay, the next one. Walks backwards. Which age group could walk backwards? A, B, C, D, and E. Which age group can walk backwards? I'm not sure I can do that very well right now. Okay, and the next one. Will attend for 5 minutes while a story is read. Would that age group be A, B, C, D, or E? So you can attend for 5 minutes while a story is read. Okay, sucks liquid from glass using a straw. So they can suck liquid through a straw. Is that going to be A, B, C, D, or E age group? Okay, imitates counting to 3. Okay, what age group can count to 3? 1, 2, 3. Is that A, B, C, D, or E age group? Okay, puts on mittens. To depending on where you live, you may never have had to put mittens on, but most people have had to do that at some time during the year. So puts on mittens. So this is putting on their own mittens. A, B, C, D, or E age group. Which age group? Okay, and holds up fingers to tell their age. Would that be A, B, C, D, or E age group? So when someone said, Susie, how old are you? And they say, 3. Okay, the next one is uses word for bathroom needs. Okay, so they have a word that they use when they need to go to the bathroom. So they're probably potty training. Well, or they have a dirty diaper, but it says bathroom. So they actually are going to a bathroom to go potty. So they have to be that old. So would that be age group A, B, C, D, or E? Okay. Stands on one foot for 4 to 8 seconds. Okay, they can stand on one foot for 4 to 8 seconds. Would that be age group A, B, C, D, or E? That's another one I'm not sure I could do. Okay, the next one. We're almost done. We got just a few more. Okay. Uses words like sister, brother, grandmother, and grandfather. Would that be age group A, B, C, D, or E? Okay, which age group could say sister, brother, grandmother, grandfather? They can identify people. Okay, the next one is stays dry all night. They can stay dry all night. Would that be age group A, B, C, D, or E? Okay, takes turns with 8 to 9 other children. Takes turns with 8 to 9 other children. So would that be age group A, B, C, D, or E? Okay, so they're taking turns with 8 to 9 other children. Okay, the next one, draws a man, head, trunk, and 4 limbs. What age group can do that? A, B, C, D, or E? They can draw a head, a trunk, and 4 limbs. Okay, the very last one is engages in socially acceptable behavior in public. Okay, engages in socially acceptable behavior in public. So this could be your interpretation of what socially acceptable is, but probably not screaming, yelling, and throwing things in the grocery store, but sitting in the cart waiting for you to address them or something like that. Would that be A, B, C, D, or E? Which age group could sit or stand if they're walking and engage in socially acceptable behavior in public? Or maybe you're in a restaurant or in the mall or anywhere else public. They're being socially acceptable behaviors. Okay, so now that you've taken that little test, I'm going to give you the answers to that, but not right here on the video. And then we're going to see how much you knew. And part of this is having acceptable behavior expectations. Because if a child is not age appropriately able to do something and you have a higher expectation of that child to do it, then sometimes that's where a conflict is. Because of course we would all like our children to be potty trained as soon as possible, but what age is appropriate to expect them to be potty trained, so that we will know when to start helping them to potty train. And there are very wide range of ideas about that. So we will talk about it and find out what all of you thought and find out what the actual appropriate age would be. Okay, well, that is the end of this lesson. And don't forget to figure out what type of parenting your father was, what type of parent, and what type of parent was your mother, and what type of parent are you. And then we'll come back for the next lesson, and I will have something different for you. So have a wonderful time tonight or day, depending on when we're watching this video. And I will be back to teach you some more about parenting.